Hello and welcome. My name's Brad, and you've landed on the Heart and Soul Wellness Channel. We're physically located in Marble Falls, Texas, and our mission, our goal, is to provide you with healthy bodyweight exercises in the forms of non-traditional power yoga, yin yoga, yin yoga, meditation, and breathing exercises, all with the mission to heal. I believe that motion is lotion and movement's medicine, so you're invited to go get on your mat, grab your hand towel, a water bottle, and anything else you need to take care of yourself. Be willing to slow the video down, pause, or do anything you need to do. See you in your mat.
Hello and welcome. Let's get started. Grab yourself a hand towel, bath towel, a blanket, something that you can use to put on the ground underneath your knees, especially if you have painful knees, any knee pain. Grab you another one, start to roll it like a little burrito. You're going to roll it up. It's going to be used to go right behind your knees. So if you have more pain in your knees, make it a little thicker roll. And so then you're going to place that blanket, that rolled up blanket, that rolled up bath towel, right behind the creases of your knees. So you're going to be on all fours and you're just going to stick your hand between your knees, pull it right up between your knees. Nice and snug. Your big toes are more or less touching. Your knees are a little wider than your chest. We're going into a place called child's pose. And then you're just going to set yourself up for your practice. Setting your hips back to your heels or toward your heels. Start to breathe in and breathe out a little bit deeper. But just getting a place that is comfortably uncomfortable. This is our beginning, our starting. So your big toes are touching, your knees are a little bit wider than your chest, and you're moving your hips back toward your heels. You can put a blanket, a block, something, a pillow underneath your head or your chest, whatever makes it more comfortable for you. And then I want you to start to try and relax all your muscles. This is such a great pose for the low back, tight quadriceps. So many good things are going to happen in your body. This is one of my very favorite poses. Start to notice your breath coming in through your nose and out through your nose. So what you're doing with every big breath in, you're expanding in between the vertebra. And with every exhale, you're squeezing in between the vertebrae. So you're actually bringing some fluid, some hydration into the disc between every vertebra, especially in the low back. So you're breathing in deeply. And you're squeezing your belly, breathing out fully. Nothing really more to do here. You're just concentrating on breath. If this is your first time here, welcome. This stuff's amazing. It actually helped change my life. The way I feel, the way I react. So many good things. Moving into some cat-cows. Coming on to all fours, hands and knees. Take a big breath in, looking up. Exhale, round. Press down into your hands, chin to your chest. Inhale, looking up, pulling your hands back, looking toward the ceiling. Exhale, round. Press down. Inhale, looking up. See the ceiling. Exhale, shoulders up to the ears. Round. So good. Okay, moving into our next pose, which is down dog. So you're moving into a downward facing dog. This is to strengthen. So you're going to curl your toes under. Knees don't need to go straight here. You can have a little bend in your knees. Spread out your fingers. And this is what we call a resting pose in yoga. And for me, when I first started this stuff, it was like when my teacher said this was a resting pose, I was like, maybe for you, not even close for me. So what you're working here is building some shoulder strength, building some opening. You're spreading out your fingers, and you're deeply breathing. That's it. Using your breath to inhale fully, using your breath to exhale fully. You can walk in place, or you can find some static holding. Either way, you're going to get a little stronger, a little more open. And then you're going to start to move into the place of more stillness. Maybe your legs get a little more towards straight. Maybe the heels move a little bit closer to the ground. Not important at all if your heels hit the ground or if they're way up in the air, but that's just the direction that they're going. They're opening up your calves, your hamstrings, your low back, stretching out your fingers, and breathing in fully, breathing out everything. This is your practice, so if you need to drop your knees and come back to it, absolutely do it. For me, a minute or two when I first started would have been probably impossible, if not very, very uncomfortable. And that's what we're doing. We're moving toward a place of uncomfortable, stretching your boundaries, stretching your tissues. So breathe. If you don't do anything else in this practice, breathe. Okay, you're going to drop onto your knees and grab your 2 blocks or maybe 2 pillows. We're going to build a seat for hero's pose, prayer pose. So putting those blocks together, stacking them wide so they'll fit under your booty. You're going to place the 2 blocks underneath your booty, your sit bones, and you're going to have a seat. Maybe your hands need to still stay forward or not. That's not important, but you're moving towards sitting on your blocks or pillows, something to start to open up. Your feet or your big toes and all your toes are facing backwards toward the back of the room, stretching out the fronts of your ankles. Maybe bring your fingertips to touch and really work down into your sit bones. Really lift up to the crown of your head. Lift your shoulders up to your ears and then draw them back. And press down into your feet. The tops of them lift up to the crown of your head. So feel that energy through your whole body, from your feet, the floor, your foundation. Create some inner space. And right here is a great place to put in a breath mantra. You can breathe in the words I am. You can breathe out whatever you want to be, whatever you want to dedicate this practice toward. More love, kindness, strength, healing. It's your word. It's your practice. I am, breath in. And breath out, strength. Breath in, I am. Breath out, love. Breath in, I am. Breath out, enough. Okay, moving off of your blocks. Come onto your sit bones, and we're just going to move your knees over to the left. Taking your feet as wide as your mat, moving them over to the right. Switch sides, back over to the opposite side. Up and over to the opposite side, looking over your opposite shoulder. Knees to the opposite side. Looking over your opposite shoulder, switching. Just a little bit of movement in our practice. Moving the low back in. So we're going to come into a setup for a half pigeon. So I want you on your back if you're new to this. If you know half pigeon, go right into it. Bend one knee, place your right ankle over your left knee, and maybe a block underneath your head. Lay back. You can lay right here. This is totally enough for some of us. Maybe you want to put your right hand on your right knee, just kind of pressing it away. Or if it's there and you want to do it, you can lift up your left foot off the floor. You can reach your arms between your legs. And just gently pull your left knee back. Now, if it's not there, if this hurts, Go right back to the foot on the floor. Just kind of wiggle your chin toward your chest, lengthen out the back of your neck. And we're going to take some deep, full breaths. In your half pigeon. If you've got it on the floor, if you're on your back, whichever way you want to do it. Maybe using the breath mantra, breathing in I am, and breathing out the words healing. Nothing to fix, nothing to change. You're just here to breathe. It can seem like an eternity or it can seem like a short time, but really that's when we're focused on something other than breathing. So maybe switching your breath back into the inhale, switching your mind back, totally focusing on the full exhale. Deep, slow, full breaths. Okay. Setting both feet to the floor, dropping knees over to the right, looking over your left shoulder. And you're going to drop both of your knees over to the opposite shoulder, left, and back over to the right. Going back and forth, feet as wide as your mat. Going back to the opposite side. Back and forth. Knees right, knees left. Knees right, knees left. Just moving side to side. Moving back into reclined half pigeon, what we just did. So you're laying back. You're going to take your left foot over your right knee this time. You can leave your foot on the ground, or you can draft your hands between your legs, pull your feet up in the air. But this time it's your left side, not your right. You're laying back. Maybe that blocks back under your head. Settling in and breathing. We're here for the long haul, not rushing, not having to get someplace in one practice, one breath. Just learning to be patient. One of the greatest things that yoga has given me is a little more patience. I want to be perfectly clear, perfectly honest, transparent. I wouldn't consider myself a patient person on the greater scheme of things in terms of patient people in the world, but I'm better than I was. So I hope that's your experience, wherever you are in your level of patience. Okay, you're going to start to release. You're going to make your way onto your stomach. You're going to bend your knees. And you're going to take your feet over to the left and over to the right. Side to side. Back over to the right. Over to the left. Back and forth. Side to side at a pace that feels right for you. You don't have to follow this video. So you're side to side. Back and forth. And then we're going to be moving into a Sphinx position. So you're going to let your feet go long. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. Maybe start to lift your chest off the floor. This is a front body stretch. So you are feeling the stretch. in the front of your body, low abdomen, hip flexors, not in your low back. So if your low back is feeling this, come down a little lower, take your elbows a little wider, but your elbows are set up more or less underneath your shoulders, and it's an opportunity to sit here and breathe. I am, breath in. Focused, breath out. Breath in, I am. Breath out, gifted this life. Breath in, I am. And breath out, grateful. Your practice, your breath, your mantra. Okay, if you want to be, you can be completely done right here. Or if you want to do a little bit of strengthening, a little bit of core work, you're going to come into a plank, a forearm plank. So you're going to have your elbows underneath your shoulders. You're going to lift your knees. Maybe you keep your knees down, but you're going to lift your hips up off the floor. Option to keep your knees on the floor, or you can lift them up. Your choice. But if you're in this plank, be in it. Right? Allow yourself, if you need to drop your knees for a breath or two and lift your knees for a breath or two. This is just an opportunity to start to build some core strength, to start to help the front side of our body build some strength that will help our back side of our body to be healthier and more happy. And the possibility going right back into your breath mantra. So breathing in the words of I am. Breathing out the words forgiven. Breathing in the words I am. Breathing out the words healing. Breathing in the word I am. Breathing out the words a child of God. So stay in here as long as you like, or last couple of rounds of breath. I hope to see you in my office someday live, or in a live yoga class someday in Marble Falls, Texas. To this I say, may God bless and keep you. Have a great day. Namaste.